Good morning, traders. Today is 22nd of March, the Monday again. Right, so let's do our weekly market update. Now, the first chart which I want to show you is this US 10-year yield. Last week, we saw the yield has go up to as high as 1.75. And we start to see it pull back a little bit. Now, this is a very, very important chart, all right, for us to pay attention right now because the market is thinking that it will go to 2% by end of the year, right? The rate, as I mentioned before, when it reached 1.5, I think that this yield can go up to 2%, maybe by mid of the year. Now, this is very important because it will affect how the stock market, the S&P, going to perform. And how the S&P going to perform is going to affect currency trading as well. Now, if we see the S&P pullback, let's take a look at SPY. Now, this is a SPY, right? Obviously, we see that it is still in a very healthy uptrend, right? Now, if we see the interest rate, you can see that last week we see the yield have moved up to 1.75 and the S&P pullback, right? Now the market now is very fearful about the increase of interest rate, especially the stock market, right? So if we see the S&P pull back to this area to test the low, what we're going to see is we're going to see a money rush out to the door, right, in the stock market. And that also means that it will trigger a risk-off scenario, right? So in a risk-off scenario, we are going to see dollar get strengthened, right? Dollar get strengthened. We're going to see gold get strengthened. We're going to see all the yen cross Swiss franc all get strengthened, right? And all the commodity currency is going to suffer because of the risk-off. But I'm not saying that we can risk off because if you take a look at the VIX right now, it is trading. Last week it was trading very, very low. You can see that this candle here, it was at 19 for the very first time for so many months, right? Ever since the March COVID, right? We see the spike, and now we see the VIX for the very first time it traded below 20 and immediately it spiked back up again because the yield has reached 1.7, right? So as of today, we take a look at the VIX. It is still at 21, right? It's still it's okay, right? At this level, we know that traders are taking risks, but they are very concerned, right? We can see the S&P show there's a concern in a potential higher interest rate, and yield also spiked up, right? If we go to the intraday 1 hour time frame, you can see that last week it spiked up, right? And that's the reason we see the S&P pull back, and now the VIX has pulled back. Now we'll get another spike up higher. We do not know, right? So we need to pay attention to this S&P, US 10-year yield, and the VIX. Now the other this let us to this euro dollar, right? The higher yield, higher in US 10-year yield. So this week, right, one of the very important trading theme that we need to focus is the yield difference between the US and other major, right? Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Okay, we go to now this week. We see that on this Monday we have the we have Fed chairman going to talk. Okay, it's going to be important. And by Wednesday, Wednesday, we are going to see a lot of PMI report that coming out, right? Example from Japan. We're going to see it from Australia, PMI. But what you're concerned right now is the European PMI, right? Europe PMI. UK PMI, which is on Wednesday as well. And what else? We have the UK PMI. We have US PMI. So all this week we see a lot of PMI report that coming out, and that's going to tell us what happened to the movement in euro dollar, right? If we see the PMI in eurozone is still miss the target, we are going to see a sell. I think we are going to likely to see a sell down in the euro dollar. Okay, so let's that is something that we need to watch this week. Okay, so that is a Germany PMI. All right, so this week we need to pay attention. The thing that the trading theme that I think that is going to drive the market to this week is the USU and the differential between the US and the Germany, and also the vaccinations between Europe, European country, and the UK and the US, Japan and the US, because this will affect how soon the economy can open up and therefore eventually affect the GDP and the currency, right? So with that, we can take a look, we can go straight to the euro dollar. Now, euro dollar, if we take a look at the daily time frame, last week we see the price actually make a fall top, right? And the price start moving lower. Last week it took out this candle, it took out this low double bottom, right? Stop hunting. And now we might see we go down to maybe slightly lower time frame, 4-hourly time frame. Maybe we will see price start moving higher, right, to test this high 1.2 before we see the price hit lower. Okay, potentially I'm not sure, right? We can't tell where exactly price likely to go, but what we can see last week is the price actually came down to test to do some stop hunting over here. This week we see the dollar index. If we take a look at the dollar index, DXY is an very important chart, right? By knowing where the DXY is going, right, we can predict what other currency is going. Now we see this morning we see a gap up in the DXY. Now in the lower time frame, 1 hour time frame, you can see very clearly. We see that the price do a gap up, and very interestingly, you can see the gap up. It gap up to and form a double top, right? So this is intentionally created by the smart money, right? The reason they want to create a double top here, why not above? Why exactly at the level? Is they want to let the institution trader, no, sorry, they want to let the retail trader know there's a double top. Now, when there's a double top, what the retail trader would usually think is, well, that become a very strong resistance in the future. So when the price start coming back in the future to this area, they'll be looking to sell and put their stop loss above. They put a sell limit below, put their buy stop above the top, right? The buy stop, and this is exactly what the institutions is looking to do, right? They need their buy stop to push the US dollar even higher, if they want to push the US dollar higher, right? So I think that this gap need to be filled, right? Need to be filled until Wednesday, where we see the PMI report comes out. We might see the dollar start to move lower, right? It might move up a little bit and then move lower to fill the gap. So if we see the dollar start moving lower to fill the gap, then what we are going to see in the euro dollar is this. Euro dollar is going to move up to fill the gap as well. You can see here, it's going to fill the gap, right? And I'm looking for euro dollar to move up here, the 1.2, but it looks like it's very far away. I'm not sure. This, of course, this is 1 hour time frame. Go to 4 hour time frame. Now, can euro dollar move up to 1.2? Maybe it can, possible, right? Because there are so many news, right? But if the price move at 1.2, I think this is a very good level for me to sell. But at the moment, this is, if I'm going to sell the euro dollar, this is not really a good level, right? Because it's kind of low right now. If you take a look at this, we are in the range and it's kind of low. Even though I know the yield difference between the euro US is in favor of US, I want to sell the euro, but I prefer for euro dollar to move up to this area, then I start to sell. Okay, now for dollar, for for the dollar yen, right? I'm looking to buy dollar yen. Okay, I'm waiting for price to maybe make another spike up to test this high here, right, before it move down. Once it moves down, I'm looking to buy somewhere here, right, because there's a lot of gaps here. You see this ERC, you see the ERC, the candle, right? So we know the body of the ERC is empty. So when the price start, you can see here, right? This my, let me take away this. Okay, so potentially we might see the price come to test, push up, and then it come down, pull back to fill this gap, right? And of course, the risk reward for selling dollar yen is very, very good, fantastic, right? But the problem is, if we take a look at the yield difference between the US and Japan, and the vaccination that carry out between the two countries, I think that the US is going to have a much better, faster recovery than the Japan. Therefore, to short this pair is kind of risky unless there's a major risk off. There's a major risk off, right? Cause the sell out maybe in the S&P, and we see the money start to flow out from the equity market, and therefore we might see the dollar yen start to move lower, right? So unless I see a significant risk off, then I will start to look for a shorting opportunity on the dollar yen. Okay, otherwise I will prefer to look for buy for dollar yen. Okay. And the other thing which I want to talk about is the oil. Now take a look at the oil price, right? We see a double top here, a multiple top here on top here. Here, 1, 2, 3. Now chances price might come up here to test. And now here we see the price sell down to a low of 58. That is a weekly time frame. We go to the daily time frame, right? Can see more clearly. Last 2 weeks ago, we see the oil start to sell down, right? And it took out the low there, stop hunting. Now look at the ERC. I think that we are going to see this oil start moving higher this week. Oil, right? I think that we're going to see the oil price go up higher. Now, if oil price go up higher, go up at least to fill up the gap, ERC gap, I think that those oil producing countries going to benefit, right? Example, Canada and the Norwegian kroner. So one currency that I like to see, I like to look at is a EuroCAD, right? EuroCAD, and let's take a look at EuroCAD, and the other one is a Euro NOK. Euro NOK, yeah, Euro NOK. No, not US NOK, Euro NOK. Okay, Euro NOK. This, let's go to the one daily time frame. Now I'll be looking to sell the euro against the not the Australia NOK, Euro NOK. Yes, this one. Okay, you can see that clearly this is in a downtrend. I'll be very interested to look for a sell in the euro dollar. Now this is a daily time frame. You can see that we have a double top here, right, in the daily time frame. So it means that in the lower time frame, this double top is actually very, very obvious, right? If we can go down to a lower time frame, let's say 4-hourly time frame. Okay, it's very clear. Now you go down to 1-hour time frame, I think it should be even clearer, right? Look at this, right? How many tops there, right? Many tops, right? So there must be a lot of stop loss above. So I believe that potentially we might see the price start to move up this area. All right, once you move up to this area, we do a stop hunting over here, and I'm very interested to look to a sell on the euro NOK. All right, and for the EuroCAD, I'm also looking to sell the EuroCAD, right? And but not the current level. Current level, you can see there is this 1-hour time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame. Clearly, we are seeing the downtrend. So I'm since 2 weeks ago, I'm already waiting for price to pull back, but I don't see the opportunity, right? So if I would love to see, you see there's an ERC gap here, right? So I would love to see the price go up to this area, and I would like to sell. Now, if we take a look at this, we can actually imagine there is a potential accumulation going on, right? You can see this is selling climax, and after this climax, we can see the price. It did the automatic rally. We can see the price come to test, right? And it just goes sideways and like this, right? So potentially, I hope the price will fill up this gap here, and at this level, I will start to sell again. Price might start to come down, right? So I'm looking to sell the Euro CAD, not to buy, but look to sell. Okay, I think that's it. Of course, there are many more opportunity. We have Euro pound, and one currency which I pay special attention this since last week. I took a buy on this pair last week, right? I share in the trading room. Now we see that we have market have created multiple high. A lot of stop is above here, right? So I'm waiting for price to actually move up higher than all this high, even higher into this supply zone, right? Then over here, I would love to see take a shot there from there, right? And again, the risk reward is fantastic. I believe that all this will be taken out very, very fast. When the price start moving lower, all these are the stop loss that below all the candle low. All this will be taken out very fast to this level, at least, right? So this risk reward is very good. I'll pay attention to this pair, and I'll keep those who are in the trading room update whenever there's opportunity arise. And for those of you who are not in the trading room, you might also pay attention to this pair on your own timing, right? The risk reward is fantastic, right? So don't miss this Aussie New Zealand. All right. I think with that, I will end this week market update, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.